What's up, guys, and welcome back to Game of Thrones, the game. Last episode we got a taste of more Skinwalker gameplay, and luckily we didn't have to sniff anyone's crotch, because if we do, I'm done playing this game. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, do you like this game? Would you suggest this game? If you like the show and the books, pick this game up. The only complaint I really have, aside from poor graphics, is the combat is a little slow for me. I'd like it to be a little faster than it is. Outside of that, there is a lot of dialogue, but if you know anything from the shows and the book, there's a lot of dialogue in this series, so it makes sense that this would be more of a story-driven game than a combat-driven game. Alright, so we gotta meet the big boss man and see what he wants from us. Let's first loot the shit out of this place.
Want some, you'll have to ask me nicely.
We could use the money, because I can't buy anything on any of my characters. It's pretty lame, actually. There's all these vendors and you can't even take advantage of them. It's just weird how we find the same amount of money in everything. The same money. No one accidentally puts in... Look it. Oh, that guy put in 3 extra copper. My bad. See, I spoke too soon.
How's the wildlings?
Morse! What do you want of me, Walder?
I have finished restoring the statuette that you entrusted me with just before you left to track down Gorold.
Really? Let's have a look.
I must say it was a true pleasure. Brothers normally ask me to paint them a pretty woman with big teats and spread legs. But I must say that this is a little more original. I realize we aren't the best of friends, but this statue is a work of art. I hope I treated it with the attention it deserved. I'm rather proud of my work. I returned it to its original colors, and it looks like new.
It's beautiful work, Walder. I have never seen such a striking likeness of the warrior. It's as if you have given him life.
It would appear the frost has not completely eaten away my hands. I hope you don't regret the price you paid for this, Jon.
Not at all. This statue is worth more than you can imagine.
True. Actually, I have a vague idea of it. I've already seen this kind of work in the past, but only once, at the great sept of Baelor of King's Landing. I recall legends telling of statues made by the first disciples of the Seven, when they still strode the hills across the narrow sea. They were carved into a star that the Seven had torn from the heavens. These statues depicted the true face of the gods, just as they were when they showed themselves to the Andals.
And it is said that the Andals' greatest heroes carried them off when they snatched Westeros from the first men and the ancient gods.
Hold it up!
How could a man such as yourself find himself in possession of such a precious object? I've never taken you to be such a devout man.
Hold up the statue like it's an academy. We want to see it. Like, Moore's just like, oh, that's a secret for later. The suspense is killing me.
This statuette of the warrior has always belonged to my family, as far back as the bloodline stretches. It is because of this that he walks alongside us. Have you heard of the Battle of the Field of Fire?
Ah, now there's another great tale. At the time of Aegon the Conqueror's conquest, the Lannister king and the King of the Reach united their forces to fight the Targaryen and their dragons.
This is not just any old tale. This battle really took place, and it was the greatest massacre in the history of the Seven Kingdoms.
I know, I killed
On
them all
that day,
myself.
More than 4,000 knights perished in the fire of those 3 great dragons. Amory Westford, my ancestor, fought under the colors of the lion, as is our duty. When the shadows of the dragons blotted out the sky, and their fire engulfed both men and beasts, he prayed for his life, as he had never done before. He swore then, on his immortal soul, that he would search for and gather all 7, collecting the 6 other statues which accompany the warrior. Amory survived, and he set about his quest to give thanks to the 7. He never succeeded, and our bloodline inherited his oath.
I imagine that faith comes more easily when one rushes into the jaws of such monsters. It's a beautiful tale all the same. You know, I could maybe help you keep this ancient promise, Moors.
Let's just say that I'm interested. What do you hope to gain from it?
Sometimes it's pleasing to be able to work on something just because it's beautiful, Moors. What I want is to finish what I've begun, before I'm judged by the Father.
Would you do it for free?
I've not taken so much joy in anything since I chose to take the black, and you know how important the faith is to me. If I could help you accomplish this sacred vow of your ancestors, I'd be paying homage to the gods for all their graces.
And how would you do that?
This statuette, it was created to be part of the group of 7.
Yes, we already spoke of it.
Wait, you don't understand. I've studied it closely, and I can tell you it was made to be bonded to other objects carved from the same strange rock. Probably a bracelet or an amulet that the Andal warriors bore, like the 7-pointed star they carved into their chests. I believe I'm capable of reconstructing such a work. More than 4,000 years after its imagining, it would be magnificent.
How did we go from getting a statue back into a 25-minute conversation? How do you even do it?
Truly a wonderful dream, Walder. But finding the other 6 gods would prove very difficult. And even if I did, imagine their state.
I can restore them, just as I brought the warrior back to life for you. These statuettes are not unique, though extremely rare. I told you I remember seeing 3 whole sets in the Great Sept of Baelor.
You speak of a world which is closed to us, my brother.
I'd be happy to share this dream with you. If you ever manage to lay your hands on another of these precious relics, I doubt it would be in good repair. But I can restore all their beauty for you.
I thank you, Walder, indeed. Your help would be invaluable to me.
Truly? Well, all that remains for me is to pray to the 7 that they finally bestow their kindness upon you, Moors.
We have what remains of our lives to find out.
May the warrior guide your arm, and the crone light your way.
And may the Father forgive you for everything else.
You're bloody right there, brother.
There were lots more of us, and the lords in the south.
Hold on, let me steal your stuff first. Then we'll talk. I don't know who banished Moors, but Moors seems like a good knight. Like, I'd ride to battle with Moors. I'd ride behind Moors, because Moors would kill everybody for me, and then I could just be like, yeah, I was there.
Jaw, Lothar told me that you wanted to see me as soon as I arrived.
Yes. One of Quarren the Half-Hand's men arrived before you, and told me what happened at Icemark. Have you found Poddy? Or his remains?
He tripped and fell in my dog's mouth.
Poddy deserted. I tracked him down in the forest north of Molestown, and managed to kill him just as he was attacking a young girl. I also took care of a couple of cutthroats I came across as they prepared to ambush passers-by.
Raiders so near to Castle Black. If only we had enough men to send more patrols deep into the gift. So, not a single one of these green boys will have survived his first day as a brother of the Night's Watch. I know enough about what happened there for now. Moors, there is another matter we must discuss. I don't know if you noticed the soldiers with the blue tabards downstairs. They're the men of Jon Arryn, the King's Hand.
Ah, the men you told me about before I left for Icemark. Those who came to meet me.
Yes. According to their message, they were looking for one of the heroes of Stag's Mount. You are the only one here who fits that description.
Do we know more about what they want from me?
Yes. They brought me a letter written by Jon Arryn. I'll let you read it. You can see for yourself what it's about.
They're gonna make me read this? Is it 24 pages long? Oh no, okay. About to say. I guess I should read this for you guys, because it's probably gonna be small on YouTube. Dear friend, I am sorry to write you with such grave tidings. I imagine that entering the Night's Watch was no easy decision. I respected your choices without question, really grateful that you still live. A dark hour is upon us. No matter how far you go or how many years pass us by, you will always be the hero of Stag's Mount to me. The man who shed blood by my side. It is to this man that I write today, wire. I'm sorry, they have telephones and fax machines, they just don't show them. Here the pieces are coming together, and the endgame will likely be difficult. I worry for the realm. Its enemies gather in the shadows, preparing to strike. Perhaps the years have made me too cautious, but you know me. And I am too old to change. I fear for my life. Not long ago I learned of the existence of a young woman of vital importance. Alas, I cannot tell you more, nor can I ensure her protection. So wary am I of those surrounding me here. You absolutely must find her for me and see that her safety is assured. I trust you, my friend, and the fate of the realm depends upon you. The bearer of this letter, Sir Godric, can be trusted. He will speak to Lord Commander Jorah Mormont to make the necessary arrangements for you to carry out this task. He will accompany you until you find her. I have taken measures to send the girl to meet you at the wall. She is in a place where you will never follow your brothers, in the darkness that the memory of Serena keeps far from you. I wish you luck. Jon Arryn.
Arryn, that sly old fox hasn't changed a whit. 15 years without a word, and all of a sudden he writes to beg a favor of me. I'm not even surprised.
Why are you receiving a personal missive from the King's Hand?
He's an old friend. We fought side by side in Robert Baratheon's rebellion. He saved my life more than once.
There is a passage that I don't understand. Mentions a girl, the darkness, and your wife, Serena. What does it mean?
Arryn is an intelligent man. This is a message only I can decipher. During the war, when we fought together, I never once used the services of a whore. Arryn knew and would tease me for it. He liked to say that I feared the darkness that lurked in brothels. I would reply that the thought of my wife was sufficient to clear away any darkness. The girl he mentions in his letter must be hidden in a whorehouse. The only one I know of nearby is in Molestown. Old Arryn knows me well. 15 years later, I'm still faithful to my wife.
It is good that you honor the chastity of our order, Moors. But are you doing it for the right reasons? Our vows are clear. We must leave behind our wives and children. If you are true to your oath, it must not be out of love for Serena, but out of respect for the Night's Watch.
I know, Jaw. We have spoken of this countless times, but I am unable to forget them.
Be that as it may, he must have felt seriously threatened to write such a cryptic message. This does not bode well. I conferred with his emissary, Sir Godric Donnelly. He convinced me that his mission did not conflict with our duties. And if we help them, Arryn will convince King Robert to send us the recruits, materials, and supplies that we so sorely lack. Molestown is in the gift under the jurisdiction of the Night's Watch. You have my authorization to go there with Sir Godric.
Thank you, Jaw. I will finally be able to repay my debt to Jon Arryn.
Remember, Mors, the Night's Watch does not interfere in politics. If, for some reason, you suspect that something is wrong, return to Castle Black.
Very well. I will go find this Godric.
This character is probably the most respectable character that's ever been in this series. He's got to be. Everyone else in this show and shit is cheating on their wife at the whorehouse every night, etc., etc. This guy is probably the most respectable character ever to even grace this series, I'm telling you. This guy's a saint. Sure, he might stab people in the back once in a while with the dagger and sick his dog on people, but other than that, man, he's pretty solid as far as honor is concerned. Okay, we gotta find the guy with the blue tabard. Is that him? It says, oh, he's upstairs.
Ah, you really are.
Oh, it's Walder again. No!
Good day to you, Mors.
I'm busy.
I haven't forgotten.
May the Seven keep you.
I'm busy, Walder. I'm busy. I don't want to talk about statues anymore. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let me out. I don't want to talk about statues, okay? Had enough. It's like, Morse didn't even thank anyone when he got the statue. He's like, I want to thank my wife, Serena. I want to thank my daughter. I want to thank Jay Leno. Jay Leno. And I don't want to thank Drew Carey. I just want to let everybody know that. Moors and I hate Drew Carey. Wow, that's a lot of quest markers. Dude, I just came out of there. There was no quest marker to get it to do anything in there. Oh, here's Mr. Blue Tabard. Is this him? Yep.
I presume that you are Jon Arryn's men. The Lord Commander spoke to me about you.
Indeed. I am the Knight Godric Donnelly, and this is my Lieutenant, Jared. And you must be Sir Mors Westford.
Indeed.
Jon Arryn described you as one of the true heroes of the Battle of Stag's Mount. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance.
I knew someone named Mors Westford at one time, during the Baratheon Rebellion. A real son of a bitch, who I hold directly responsible for the death of my brother. I wouldn't have expected to find him at the wall.
Hold your tongue, Jared. We're in Night's Watch territory here. Whatever our past quarrels, we're on a mission here. Please excuse this interruption, Sir Westford. If you have read the letter, you must already know our reason for being here.